from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A pleasant evening and a very warm welcome for the national news on Rupavahini ChannelEye. I'm Delanjali Anand. Joining me is Lakshdev Singha, and these are the top stories making headlines for tonight. The Electricity Board says no power cuts today and tomorrow. Many areas experience heavy rains due to low pressure in the Bay of Bengal. State Minister of Finance says IMF guidelines is the only alternative to overcome the economic crisis. Prices of many food items at the Dambulla Economic Centre have gone down. Although small in size, Myra has made it big. 28 were killed in a blast at a mosque in Pakistan.
On to those and other stories in detail. We'll start off with the top story for tonight. Ceylon Electricity Board has decided to stop power cuts today and tomorrow.
The decision has been taken under a request made by the Public Utilities Commission from the CEB and the Hydropower Management Secretariat. The Met Department has forecast heavy rains at the catchment areas of hydropower plants. Accordingly, the Public Utilities Commission has informed the relevant parties that hydropower can be used for more power generation. Accordingly, it has been agreed to release more water from the reservoirs to hydropower stations. The CEB says the electricity supply can be given uninterrupted with the use of hydropower.
Met Department forecast torrential showers or thunder showers tonight at many places in the island. Fishing and naval communities have been advised not to go to deep sea as the sea areas around the island can be rough. The Met Department stated that the low-pressure area experienced in the Bay of Bengal at present could reach the eastern coastal areas of the island by the 1st of February. Due to this situation, heavy rains can be experienced especially in the northern, eastern, over north central and central provinces. Some areas may have rains up to about 150 millimeters. The Met Department has advised the fishing and naval communities not to sail to eastern sea area of the island within the next 24 hours. Showers or thunder showers will be experienced in the sea areas off the coast from Kankasanture, Trincomalee and Batticaloa up to Portoville. Most of the sea areas around the island can be rather rough.
State Minister of Finance Ranjit Singh says that there is no alternative to acting under the guidelines of the IMF to solve the existing economic crises. The State Minister made this comment at a press briefing held at the Government Information Department today regarding the current economic situation in the country. State Minister Ranjit Singh said that donor countries have talks for bilateral loans with the expectation of getting their loan payments back. They make financial commitment to Sri Lanka using the tax income of their citizens. Therefore, they consider Sri Lanka's accountability in paying the loans back. The State Minister of Finance Ranjit Singh says that even though the entire tax income of the country is at 1,800 billion rupees, the government experienced a loss of 950 billion rupees from the unprofitable public institutions. State Minister Ranjit Singh said that if the required money is not printed, there should be another alternative for this need. Government has to bear the expenses in maintaining these unprofitable entities. To safeguard the rights of the employees, suitable strategies should be followed in a transparent manner. In this process, imposing taxes is compulsory for all citizens. President Ranil Wickremesinghe instructed Minister Vidura Wickramanayake to prepare and submit a cabinet memorandum for the upcoming activities of the Sinhala Cultural Institute. President Wickremesinghe issued these instructions during the discussion held at the Presidential Secretariat this morning regarding the site of the Sinhala Cultural Institute.
In order to continue the Sinhala Cultural Institute's activities which protect the nation's cultural identity, the President also encouraged the formation of a joint committee with the Ministry of Cultural Affairs. The existing problems related to maintaining the Sinhala Cultural Institute were extensively discussed. The President stated that the building facilities of the institution should be developed and great attention should be made to producing income through activities fit for the institution, as the commercial value of the property where the Sinhala Cultural Institute is located is high. He also pointed out that if any financial provision is required for this purpose, the necessary arrangements can be made through the Ministry of Cultural Affairs. The President also pointed out that currently the membership of the Sinhala Cultural Institute is around 300, and by further expanding the membership, new ideas can be obtained by providing opportunities to the educated youth. Secretary to the President Saman Ekanayaka was present at this discussion.
A number of public rallies and election meetings organized by some political parties were held yesterday. A meeting of candidates was organized in Dehiyata Kandiya area by the Nidahas Janata Sabhava under the patronage of parliamentarian Dallas Alaha Peruma. Parliamentarian Dallas Alaha Peruma said that political leaders always expect to win elections by lavishly spending money, and that one parliamentarian in the House once told him that he distributed 65,000 bottles of arak on a previous election day only. Such politicians think that democracy means purchasing the public mandate. Inaugural election rally of Samik Jana Balavege was held in Kurunagala yesterday under the patronage of party leader Sajith Premadasa. Leader of the Samik Jana Balavege, parliamentarian Sajith Premadasa, says, "We introduce a set of etiquettes to each local government member. Contractors' era is over now. We end the political deal culture carried out by politicians for personal benefits."
Deal gahapu political deal සංස්කෘතිය අපි සහ මුලින්ම ඉවත් කරනවා කියන එක මම මේ අවස්ථාවේ කියන්න කැමතියි.
Meanwhile, an electoral conference of the National People's Power was held yesterday under the patronage of leader of the NPP, Anurakumara Dissanayaka. Leader of the National People's Power, parliamentarian Anurakumara Dissanayaka, says, "We definitely changed the constitution. The existing executive presidency is not suitable to Sri Lanka. We limit the number of ministries to 25. There will be 25 ministers and 25 state ministers maximum. If any parliamentarian changes the party, his seat will be dismissed."
එහෙම ලෝකේ දේශපාලකයෝ නෑ. දේශපාලකයා සාමාන්‍ය පුරවැසියෙක් බවට පත් කරන නව දේශපාලන සංස්කෘතියක් ජාතික ජනබලවේගය මේ රට ඇති කරනවා.
Hiniduma electoral meeting of the United National Party was held yesterday with the leadership of party chairman Vajra Abeyewardena and Minister Manoj Nanayakkara. Chairman of the United National Party parliamentarian Vajra Abeyewardena said that the UNP will contest to all local government bodies in the country, and their aim is to not divide but to unite.
Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that the government has not decided to close down any public institution. He made these remarks at a discussion held with a group of trade union leaders at the Temple Trees today. Attention was focused on the existing situation in the country at this discussion. Accordingly, all parties agreed with the future development program. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that to have a trilateral agreement, state departments, private sector and trade unions must join hands. Having such a consensus will lead to solve the problems faced by the people and the government as well. We have agreed to advance forward for a strong journey in future, he stated. If the relevant parties can work with mutual trust, this process will become successful. Prime Minister's Secretary Anura Dissanayaka, President's Trade Union Director Saman Ratnapriya and several other trade union representatives were present at this meeting. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that the tourism industry is the most powerful sector to strengthen the economy. The Prime Minister points out that consular officers will be appointed to promote Sri Lanka as a tourist destination. The Prime Minister expressed these views participating at the golden anniversary celebration of the Blue Ocean View Hotel in Negombo held yesterday. The Prime Minister requested the hotel sector to look into the possibility of using renewable energy and generating automatic power and energy. The Premier praised the hotels that have taken measures to promote local food items with the help of local communities. Former President Chandrika Bandaranaike and Minister Harin Fernando were also present at this occasion.
The largest fertilizer factory that manufactures organic cube fertilizer in Sri Lanka was declared open today at Elibichia area in Pannala. This has been constructed as a branch of a leading Korean fertilizer company, Hyozon Nonbi. The factory has high technological appliances and robot technology is also utilized for manufacturing fertilizer. The factory expects to produce 1,800 metric tons of quality organic cube fertilizer required for the Sri Lanka's plantation industry. Minister Mahinda Amaravira, South Korean ambassador in Sri Lanka, Woon Jin-jeong, and many others were present at the opening ceremony. The main reason for development in country is new technology mingled with the economy. If a country has large-scale industries, it will achieve economic progress.
For the development of large-scale industries, innovation by individuals is very much essential. The hand tractor was innovated by a Sri Lankan. However, as a nation, we were unable to develop that new product at the international level. It is significant that a young inventor has come forward to manufacture a hand tractor in a more innovative way. His name is Mayura Randaya, a grade 7 student of the Makalandava Secondary School in Valalavita. He has born talents to make new innovations. This creative idea was conceived in his mind when he saw his father using a hand tractor in the paddy field. The special feature of this new hand tractor is that he has used all waste items. He has also built an ornamental fish tank using waste items as raw material. His next innovation is to build a mini-scale hydropower plant. Myra has already identified a location for this purpose. He needs a considerable cost for this new creation.
Now, wholesale traders of the Dambulla Economic Centre says that wholesale prices of vegetables, fruits and essential food items have gone down at a considerable level today. However, they say that there is no change in retail prices. Although stocks of vegetables reached to the Dambulla Economic Centre in abundance, arrival of traders to buy them was not satisfactory. Therefore, wholesale prices of a kilo of cabbage, melon, cucumber, leek, carrot, beet and capsicum were at 25 to 30 rupees this morning. According to the traders, wholesale price of each vegetable has decreased by about 75%.
We take a look at a few more news items in brief now. Several parliamentarians of the Samagi Janabalawege made a request today at the Attorney General's Department to take legal action against the ringleaders of Easter Sunday attacks. They also requested to punish the individuals who did not reveal the facts about the attack deliberately. Badulla Special Crime Division has revealed a racket of making fake driving licenses. A fake driving license has been sold for about 25,000 rupees. It has been revealed that several army soldiers are also connected to this racket. A program to clean the Kalpitia coastal belt was held recently with the participation of school children in the area. It has been jointly organized by Kalpitia Pradeshia Sabha and Charlestonburg-Wilsmerdorf Urban Council in Germany. IKEA 2023 event was held at the BMICH recently. All stakeholders relating to IKEA participated in this event. A complaint was made at the CID today regarding a racket of illegal distribution of PDF copies of books published in Sri Lanka. The Writer, Publisher and Reader Joint Forum made this complaint. Employees of the port carried out a protest campaign in front of the Colombo harbour today demanding the removal of payee tax. They said that they have subject to immense difficulties due to this tax. The police had brought water cannons and anti-riot squads to the premises.
The Southern Provincial Special Operation Unit of the Police Special Task Force has arrested a close ally of an organized criminal, Sobana Handi Jayalath De Silva, alias Karandeniya Sudha, yesterday under a tip-off. According to police, the suspect is a 33-year-old resident in Balapitia named Tuppahi Mudalige Ramit, alias Anda Dolaranga. Police also found 15 grams of heroin in his custody. The Special Task Force arrested another organized crime gang member and large-scale drug racketeer Malalage Sudat Kitsiri, Tushar alias Valivita Sudha. The suspect was taken into custody at Kotalavala area in Kaduela with 13 grams of heroin in his possession. The Special Task Force has also arrested a large-scale female drug dealer, Dharmakirti Udeni Inuka Pereira, alias Disco. She was taken into custody under a tip-off at the Temple Road in Colombo 15. She had 14 grams of heroin and 4 sharp weapons with her at the time of arrest.
Dialog Asiata PLC has implemented a program titled Future Zone at the first floor of the Lotus Tower in Colombo. This Future Zone area is open for the public from 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. on each working day. Workshops, lectures and study activities have been organized in this place, providing wider knowledge to the public on 5G technology, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things and many other sectors. People also have the opportunity to get information on the Smart Cities program of the Dialog Asiata and sustainable energy projects. That's it on local stories. Stay tuned with us for news from overseas. Welcome back as we take a look at the news from overseas. At least 28 people have been killed in an explosion at a mosque in the Pakistani city of Peshawar.
The blast occurred when the mosque was packed with worshippers and more than 150 people were injured. The cause of the explosion is unclear. Authorities have claimed that a section of the building has been destroyed and people are buried under the rubble. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has strongly condemned the attack. The blast took place during afternoon prayers in the northwestern city near the country's border with Afghanistan. In the capital, Islamabad police issued a security high alert and says security at all entry and exit points to the city has been increased.
The Taliban-run Afghan authorities have ordered private universities in the country not to allow female students to sit university entrance exams next month. This is underscoring its policy to restrict women from tertiary education. A letter from the authorities was addressed to institutions in Afghanistan's northern provinces, including Kabul, where exams are due to take place from the end of February. The letter said those institutions that did not observe the rules would face legal action. In December, the authorities informed the universities not to allow female students until further notice. Days later, the administration stopped most female NGO workers from working. Most girls' high schools have also been closed by authorities. The restrictions on women's work and education have drawn condemnation internationally. Western diplomats have signaled the Taliban would need to change course in its policies towards women to have a chance of formal international recognition and an easing of its economic isolation.
The Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has suggested that Ankara may agree to Finland joining NATO, but not Sweden. He criticized Sweden's refusal to extradite dozens of people allegedly tied to Kurdish militant groups and other critics of his government. His comments came days after Turkey suspended talks to accept the 2 Nordic nations as members. The move was prompted by a series of controversial protests in Stockholm, including one during which a copy of the Quran was burned. Swedish officials have condemned the protest but defended the country's free speech laws. In response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Sweden and Finland applied to join NATO last year, ending decades of military non-alignment. The application must be unanimously approved by all current NATO members, but Turkey and Hungary have failed to ratify their bids. Sweden has a larger Kurdish diaspora than Finland, and its talks with Ankara over NATO membership have been heated. Turkey has called on Sweden to distance itself from the Kurdish Workers' Party, which is regarded as a terrorist group by Turkey and the US and the EU. In response, Sweden approved a constitutional amendment which allows it to create together anti-terror laws demanded by Turkey. Both Sweden and Finland have also lifted bans on the sale of military equipment to Turkey, introduced after Ankara's military intervention in Syria in 2019.
The German Chancellor has ruled out sending fighter jets to Ukraine just days after committing to supplying tanks. In an interview, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz warned against a bidding war for weapons. However, Ukraine has asked allied nations to create a fighter jet coalition to bolster their capabilities. The United States recently said that discussions over the supply of jets with Kyiv will be carried out carefully. German Chancellor Scholz said his focus was on the delivery of German-made Leopard 2 tanks. Following Germany's commitment to send the tanks, the United States is also expected to provide Ukraine with its M1 Abrams tanks. Ukrainian authorities have called for the creation of a fighter jet coalition which would provide Ukraine with US F-16S and F-35S, Eurofighters, Tornadoes, French Rafales and Swedish Gripen jets. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said that the country needed the US-made ATACMS missile, which has a range of 185 miles. He said the missiles would help Ukraine anticipate Russian attacks on urban areas and civilians. Washington has so far refused to provide that weapon.
New Zealanders in the flood-hit country are bracing for more heavy rains this week with more severe weather alerts. At least 4 people have died and a state of emergency order continues in Auckland, which on Friday experienced its worst downpour on record. About 350 people needed emergency accommodation, New Zealand's Prime Minister Chris Hipkins said. He added there had been significant damage across Auckland and the North Island. The newly appointed PM also highlighted climate change's role in the extreme weather event. With the unprecedented rainfall Auckland has seen since Friday, even the moderate torrential rain in the days ahead could cause more flooding and damage, according to city authorities. Many factors contribute to flooding, but a warming atmosphere caused by climate change increased the intensity and frequency of extreme rainfall. The country's climate science body said Friday was the wettest day on record for a number of locations in Auckland. Footage and images online showed people trapped in waist-deep floodwater and rescuers carrying out evacuations on boats and kayaks.
Egypt recently announced a new excavation of monuments from an ancient Egyptian civilization at the Saqqara necropolis outside the capital, Cairo. After 1 year of continuous efforts, the all-Egyptian team led by renowned archaeologist Zahi Hawass unearthed the first ever fully intact mummy of an unroyal person. The mummy, completely covered with layers of gold, dates back to the 5th and 6th dynasties more than 4,300 years ago and was found 10 meters underground. A wide range of pieces including pottery, kitchenware, makeup and statues in good condition were also found in the tomb. The new discoveries are expected to help Egyptologists understand more about the ancient Egyptian civilization. The Saqqara necropolis, which is situated near the Great Pyramids of Giza, is an area full of ancient Egyptian treasures, and archaeologists are bracing for more secrets to be revealed here in the future.
And the Swiss Hot Air Balloon Festival takes place at Chonde for the 43rd time. The festival is held each January over 9 days and features the daily launch of dozens of hot air balloons. This year, the festival has welcomed more than 70 balloons from many different countries.
Spring Festival Lantern Fair in North China's Shaanxi province assembled diverse Chinese folk art which were displayed in distinctive forms, captivating the visitors. Lanterns featuring various themes such as the Chinese zodiac sign of rabbit, flowers, spaceships and astronauts have illuminated a street of more than 1,200 meters in Gaoping city of Shaanxi. The fair started yesterday with a stunning light show performed by 500 drones in flying formations. The fair also includes a traditional cultural display area where visitors can experience the folk crafts such as paper cutting, embroidery and clay figurines and guess lantern riddles. The event will last till the 10th of February, the 20th day of the Chinese Lunar New Year.
Minister of Sports Roshan Ranasinghe says that a gazette notification will be issued against Danushka Gunatilaka, preventing him taking part in any local or international cricket match until the investigations and legal activities regarding him will be completed.
The minister held a discussion in Colombo this morning with the participation of officials of the National Sports Council and the National Sports Selection Committee. A number of decisions on the advancement of sports have been taken at this meeting. The Sports Minister also expressed his views on the report of the committee that was appointed to look into the irregularities committed at the last T20 World Cup cricket tournament. Minister of Sports Roshan Ranasinghe said that Danushka Gunatilaka will be prevented from taking part in any local or international match until the legal proceedings over him will be completed. The minister further said that the Auditor General has been requested to conduct an inquiry over the Sri Lankan cricket recent tours. He also said that steps will be taken to monitor the activities of the groups.
And that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at 8:50 p.m. for the very latest on Channel I. I'm Dilanjali, together with Lakshita, signing off. Good night.
Good night.